Hello, my name is Julian Kemp. This is for Mathematics in Action, or Math 110. This is the weighted voting video presentation. The question is, the country I Love Math has created a parliament with 8 political parties. The parties are listed below with a number of representatives in each. Typically, the representatives from each party vote as a block. To pass any vote, a minimum of 100 votes is needed. Parties and number of representatives. Addition 32, subtraction 30, multiplication 29, division 26, fraction 20, exponent 8, area 12, and factor 11. Now, going through the question, the country does not matter, this part does not matter, this matters. Typically, the representatives from each party vote as a block. That basically means that we are not splitting any of these numbers. And to pass any vote, a minimum of 100 votes is needed. That's our quota. So our first question is our total number of players. So in this, each party is considered a player. The question already told us how many we have. We have 8, but let's double check. We have addition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to do that in red. We have 8 players. That answers question 1. The next one is the total number of votes. You can do this by going to your calculator. I have the calculator, TI-84 online. You just add up the number of representatives. So we do that by doing 32 plus 30 plus 29 plus 26 plus 20 plus 15 plus 12 plus 11. We have a total of 175 votes. We're going to do orange. 175 votes. Remember, our quota is only 100, and that will make it. That will help us answer the 4th question. So number 3 is, we're going to skip yellow because it doesn't appear on as brightly. Total number of possible coalitions. There's actually a formula that you can do for this, and it removes. It can either keep in the empty coalitions or empty groups, or remove the empty groups. That equation is 2 to the power of n being the number of players, minus 1. If you wanted to keep the empty groups, you just remove that part, but we do not want empty groups as part of the coalition, so we're going to do minus 1. So then we go back to our calculator, and we type 2 to the power of 8, because we have 8 players, minus 1 to remove those empty groups, and we have 255 total possible coalitions. Right, 255 possible coalitions. All right, now we're on question 4. List out the Grand Coalition and find the critical players. The Grand Coalition is all players are part of a coalition put against the quota. So what that would look like would be, we're going to move over so we have more room. Because I write big, we're going to do, our quota is 100, so we're going to put our brackets. There we go, we're going to do 100. 32 is our player 1. 30 is our player 2. 29 is our player 3. 26 is our player 4. Oop, add 6. We're going to rewrite that. There we go. That was a really bad comma. 20 is our player 5. 15 is our player 6. 12 is our player 7. Go. And then 11 is our player 8. Now, the second part is find the critical players. Critical players in a weighted voting system mean who is critical for the vote to pass. Now, if you remember, we have 175 total votes. We're going to write this in pink. We have 175 total votes. This means that if we remove just one of any of these players, the vote will still pass. If we remove 32, let's do 175 minus 32 should be 143. 143, if we remove, we're going to do this in purple. So if we just do a coalition, of P2, meaning 30 to P8, that would equal 143 votes. And we're going to put a green check mark because that would pass, and a red check mark meaning 32 is not critical. This applies for every single one because none of these players would, removing just one of these players would not put the vote lower than 100. That means if we remove 30, that would be 145 total votes, meaning 30 is not a critical player. 29, less so, that'd be 146 total votes, not a critical player. Remove 26, that would be 149, meaning 26 is not a critical player. Remove 20, that would mean there's 155 total votes. 20 is not a critical player, and so on. 160 total if we remove 15, or player 6, that would mean 160 votes, meaning player 6 is not a critical player. Again, if we remove 12 votes or player 7, that would mean the vote would still pass, and of course 11, the vote would still pass. In this coalition, the grand coalition of this, not a single player is a critical player. If any of them were to not vote or not participate in the vote or be removed, the vote would still pass. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.